So chances are, if you're watching this video, you're an older gentleman and you're not a kid anymore. You're a grown-ass man with a lot of life experience. And at some point, I think a lot of us start to realize that we've lived more time than what we have left. And look, I don't say that to be depressing. I say that as an opportunity to do something more with the time you have left. And look, statistically, men are living a lot longer now than ever before. So the question is, what are you doing with the time you have left? Because look, the cold reality is that we all get old, right? And sometimes when you sit and think about it, it kind of sucks because there's nothing we can do about it. Or is there? And that's what I want to talk about in today's video. So I'm going to share with you 9 different things that you can do to look younger. Now, many of these things that I'm going to talk about are instant, but some others will take a little bit of effort. And I think a lot of the inspiration for this video comes from the fact that I just celebrated my 54th birthday. And let me just say, there's nothing wrong with getting older. Because with age comes patience, wisdom, experience, and maturity. And there's nothing wrong with having your hair turn gray or even losing your hair. What does matter is how you embrace your age and how you take care of yourself and stay relevant. All right, first things first is to dress better and pay attention to how your clothes fit. I made a video just last week where I talk all about fit. So if you haven't seen that one, I'll link it up here and also down below. So moving away from loose-fitting clothes to something more tailored just makes a world of difference. And a great way to look younger is to look more trim and lean, and your clothing choices play a massive part in how you look. And the other thing, as older men, mistakes in our clothing get amplified because technically we should know better. And if your clothes fit too tight, it makes it look like we're trying too hard to look young and trendy. But if we wear baggy clothes, we look irrelevant, outdated, and sloppy. Okay, let's talk about hair color because first of all, I'm not really against it. Personally though, it's not for me. But if you want to color your hair, go for it. Just be really careful because it can look very fake very quickly. Try this. If you have gray hair like me and you want to experiment with hair color, I would recommend starting out with gray blending. Now, gray blending isn't technically hair color, right? It's basically just hitting all of the white hairs and making the white hairs look darker. Kind of like in the same way that your hair looks darker when it's wet. Now, keep in mind, this is something that you will need to go to a salon for, but make sure you specify that you're looking for gray blending, not hair color. They should know what you mean. Okay, the next thing that you can do is to fix your teeth. Get your teeth whitened professionally or get them straightened with braces or those alignment trays. And I've already told my story about having jacked up teeth when I was younger and getting into braces when I was 42. I was only in braces for about 6 months and it was really one of the best decisions that I've made. Now, my teeth still aren't perfect, but they're way better than they used to be. The only downside for me now is that I seem to have developed a little bit of a lisp based on where my teeth ended up. Now, my teeth were always this area of insecurity for me, so I finally did something about it at 42 years old. Now, it's not the most affordable option, of course, but go talk to an orthodontist and ask about 6-month braces. Because if you only need the fronts fixed, that's a pretty good option because they only go halfway in. We're not talking bite correction or anything. And look, you'll be in and out before you even know it. All right, next is to stay active physically and mentally. Exercise. Have a positive attitude. Stop consuming negativity and stop getting yourself involved in other people's useless drama. Have goals and be actively working towards those goals. Because look, there's a lot to be said about being motivated and having something that you're working towards. Because there's an energy and an enthusiasm that you give off and other people can see it and they're attracted to it. I mean, listen, you can either be that old, grumpy, out of shape guy with a negative attitude that complains about everything, or you can be the old guy that's in shape with a lot of interesting hobbies, that's always doing cool things, and that's fun to be around. The next thing that you can do to look younger is to take care of the skin on your face and use sunscreen. We all know that using skincare products works. So why is it so hard for a lot of men to get on board with it? Because look, it's no more feminine than using shampoo. Doing something, anything, to look after the skin on your face is a heck of a lot better than doing nothing. Because here's the thing, if you do nothing, you don't get to complain that you look old. And if you're interested, I'll link to the brand that I use down below. All right, next is to try to stay relevant. The world is moving pretty fast, especially in the technology space. So instead of always complaining about new technology, new websites, or new popular apps, instead, try to stay curious. Because honestly, if you don't explore it, you don't even know what you're complaining about and potentially what you might be missing out on. So say you're in your early 50s and you're out looking for a brand new job. Ageism is a real thing. So if you can't communicate effectively about current events or current technology, that's going to put you at a big disadvantage. Stay curious. Okay, next is maintaining a proper diet and getting enough of those specific vitamins that we need as we get older. And diet should go without saying, right? And I'm far from perfect, but we all know that you are what you eat. And we also know that veggie smoothies are a lot better for us than bacon and pancakes. And I've made a few other videos in the past talking about vitamins, but vitamin C, D, E, B12, and magnesium are some of the most important vitamins that your body needs as it gets older. Now, there's a few other things for us guys like saw palmetto and omega-3s, but finding a really good whole food multivitamin is not only important, but it can make you look and feel a lot better. And this brings us to your grooming. Look, as we get older, we get these random hairs poking out of places that we never did when we were younger. And I'm not sure why that is, but it happens and it's up to you to pay attention to it. Keep your eyebrows from getting out of control and keep your nose hairs in check. I mean, look, you look at yourself in the mirror every single day. Take an extra 30 seconds and check yourself out to make sure all those random hairs are in check. And if you have a spouse or a live-in partner, just ask them to give you a quick once-over and take care of it. Now, get more sleep, at least 7 hours. Shut the world off like 30 minutes before you go to bed. Get off your phone, get off your computer, and turn off the TV. Read a book or a magazine and allow your brain time to settle down. And make it dark in your bedroom and keep it cool because a cool bedroom helps you sleep a ton better. And if you wake up with neck pain or back pain, but you didn't go to bed with it, it might be time for a new mattress or a new pillow. There's tons of companies right now that'll ship you a high quality vacuum packed mattress that you just unwrap and let it inflate. My mattress came from Amazon and it was fairly inexpensive. So if you haven't given up on yourself and you want to look the best you can for as long as you can, try some of these tips I talked about today and you'll be looking better and feeling better in no time. And if you haven't seen this video about how to find the right fit for you, it's definitely worth a few minutes of your time. And just one more thing, if you made it this far, you are definitely one of the true legends. Please consider subscribing if you're not already. And as always, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Live well, and I'll see you in the next one.